So TSQ series of triple quadrupole GCMs is really unique in the market, and it is coming from two-sided reasons. One is a contribution from both hardware and software, and another is the tailoring of the software which we provide with the instrument to several applications, as well as the workflow that usually is performed on triple quadrupoles. So on the software side, this is where the real innovation has been seen in the past couple of years and helped productivity tremendously, is what Thermo really initiated and pioneered. That's auto SRM and time mode of acquisition, which auto SRM allows you to pretty much shorten the method development of SRMs, selected reaction monitoring, the mode the triple quad is usually ran in, from approximately weeks to days and down to half a day to a day with minimal interaction, and everything is done pretty much in automatic or semi-automatic way by the software itself. Analysts who have spent time in method development on triple quadrupoles in the past and spent weeks and weeks doing so would especially appreciate that the outcome is very consistent. It is repeatable between the instruments and between the labs on the same platform, and it is also fine-tunable to the criteria which are in very fine control of the analyst, be it the collision energy, be it the characteristics of the transitions of the SRM, selection of them by signal to noise or the relative intensity or isotope ratio. All that plays a tremendous role in productivity increase because you can really jump from installation of the instrument to auto SRM, and in 1 day to 2 days you can have a fully developed method which is independent of any published methodology and is fully optimized for your specific conditions, and start implementing it on day 3 and on. In the past, this has not been possible and usually took weeks and weeks before a triple quad after installation would be commissioned to its particular application. Likewise, timed mode of acquisition, timed SRM, is doing very smart allocation of the acquisition windows around the retention time of the compounds, significantly improving the dwell time for each transition. And because the detection limit usually scales up as the square root of the dwell time, you do get somewhat noticeable, up to 20% and more, detection limit improvement whenever you utilize timed mode of acquisition, which comes standard on TSQ 8000 EVO and is an option on TSQ Duo. That is correct. The software innovations, which were pioneered by Thermo, really improves the instrument interaction with the analyst. And the old adage is, if you're spending time on the hardware and not on the software, that is not where you should be spending your time. Okay. So the newly developed, very smart software features and software packages, which are either standard or add-on to TSQ series, are exactly aligned with that purpose. So TSQ series of products is really very wide in terms of where they end up and what customer labs. Triple quadrupole usually is bought into the labs with applications of targeted analysis, so you should presumably know what you're looking for, and this is what target analysis means. The list of target analytes can be really wide in the both nature as well as the number of the compounds, and we have seen some extreme laboratory usages of TSQ 8000 EVO, especially because that's the top of the line GCMS triple quadrupole. In some countries, especially where the incoming and outcoming raw materials, especially food, needs to be tested pretty regularly, and the food now is so diversified that it comes from pretty much anywhere in the world, and the mix of the potential pesticides which can be contaminating that food is so vast that you have to screen for sometimes 1,000 of different compounds, and if you found and identified some of them, you really have to quantify in order to answer the question, is it safe to import and let people eat this particular food? So those labs are really using TSQ 8000 EVO on the cutting edge of what is possible with the current triple quadrupole technology, screening for as much as a couple of hundred compounds in the single chromatographic injection, sometimes as much as 1,000 compounds, and If found and positively identified, then they usually would go ahead and quantify whatever they confirmed is present. So triple quadrupole GCMs and TSQ 8000 EVO in particular usually goes into the labs which are analyzing foods or some other persistent organic pollutants, including, especially recently, dioxins, polybrominated diphenyls, and polybrominated compounds in general, as well as PHs, polyaromatic hydrocarbons. So everything which would prevent you to drink the water or eat your food, TSQ 8000 EVO in particular has exactly the same hardware benefits as the ISQ LT model within ISQ series. So it has the same pre-filter strategically positioned to take care of the excited neutrals. It does have the vacuum probe interlock. It has the newly developed collision cell. This is why the EVA, because it's the evolution of the predecessor, which can go down to 500 microseconds minimum dwell time in the collision cell, allowing you, most importantly for the applications, to consolidate your methods and increase the method capacity, the chromatographic method capacity, to thousands and thousands of compounds. And this is where the investment into TSQ 8000 really pays off very quickly, because instead of running multiple injections, let's say of the same sample, but looking for different target analytes, you would be running only one injection and looking at all the analytes that you were interested in, but within one injection, within one method. So method consolidation really capitalizes on the new collision cell inside TSQ 8000 EVO. And then the vacuum probe interlock on TSQ 8000 EVO, which is supplied as standard, allows you to expand the range of analytes beyond what is typically GCM enable, because you can utilize direct probes. If you go to thermofisher.com and search for TSQ 8000 EVO, you will find it on the landing page.